Good afternoon, everyone. How are you guys doing? Good? Okay. So let's wait for a couple of people more. Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Varun. Good afternoon, Shubham. Yes, definitely it will be helpful. Thank you, Varun. No sessions are happening on apps also. I'm not taking the entire quant, but I'm taking parts of quant. Srinivas is taking the remaining parts. Okay. Then you've got verbal, LRDI, all the sessions are happening, right? But that was the proper BYJU'S students session, right? So this is going to be a live session which is free for all. Okay. So fine. Let's start. Yeah, it was batch wise. So we'll be looking at the questions related to algebra. We are going to see how do we solve questions. What are the tricks involved? Can we solve questions fast? Okay, so this is the question. How quickly can you solve? The number of marbles with Amar is equal to half the number of marbles with Vinod and Chandu they have together. The number of marbles with Vinod is 10 less than the number of marbles with Amar and Chandu together. The number of marbles with Chandu is 1/3 the number of marbles that Vinod and Amar have together. Find the total number of marbles. Definitely, Siddhant. Every time I teach as if you are not an engineer. Because an engineer will take a different approach, a non-engineer will take a different approach. So we prefer non-engineering approach. Less of equations, less of variables, more of common sense, more of applying, real life examples in the questions. So yeah, good afternoon, Vijay. So let's see. And the moment you enter, please don't forget to give a like. Okay. So I need to see as at least those many likes as people are watching. Okay, solve. Can you solve this question without using any equation? Anyone? Okay. So the number of marbles with Amar is equal to, okay Vicky, chalo, I'll give you 2 minutes, not more than that, so please be quick. कोई नहीं. So 2 people have answered so far. Especially people who are preparing for MHCET, you should be able to solve this very quick, like 30 seconds. 30 seconds to read the question, let's say, worst case scenario, and another 30 seconds max to solve it. So within a minute's time, you should be able to solve it. So there may be a lot of different approaches to solve a particular question, different methods. We are going to use the simplest, the shortest possible method, or the method that will strike us the first time, the easiest one. Okay. Good afternoon, Kinjal. Vicky, quick. Okay. So the number of marbles with Amar is equal to half the number of marbles with Binod and Chandu have together. Right? So I have read the first statement. Then I am going to read the second last statement. The number of marbles with Chandu is 1/3 the number of marbles with Binod and Amar that they have together. Right? So if you look at this, can I say B plus C is going to be a number which is like 2x? 2 ke table mein some number. And if B plus C is going to be 2x, A is going to be x. So what is total number of marbles as per this? A has x, B and C together have 2x. Out of 2x, how much B has? Whether it is x, whether it is y, whether it is something else, nahi pata apne ko. But what is total number of marbles here? 2x plus x, that is 3x. So can I say the total number of marbles should be a number which is in the table of 3? X cannot be a fraction, no? Number of marbles can't be a fraction. So A option is eliminated because that's the number which is not in the table of 3. Similarly, if I look at the next one, if I say that B plus A is total 2y now, another variable, sorry 3y, because 3 se divide hona chahiye, 1/3 hai na, then can I say C will have y? So if B plus A ki jagah if you put 3y, C is going to be y. So from here can we say the total number of marbles should be 4y. In other words, it should be in the table of 4 as well. From the remaining options, C is not in the table of 4, D is not in the table of 4, A is your answer. What to do with that 10 less than the number of marbles with Amar and Chandu? Don't care, not really required, useless information. Right? So we used common sense and solved it. So quickly tell me, suppose if the question was A is equal to 2/5 of what B and C have and C is equal to 1/4 of what A and B has. So can you tell me your final answer, that is A plus B plus C, should definitely be a number in the table of what? Your final answer should be multiple of which number? Quick. From the first one, take B plus C is equal to what you see in the denominator, uska table ka number. So write 5A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, kuch bhi, letters, English letters, it may mean anything. So you will get the value of A. So you will get what is A plus B plus C from there, uske table ka. Similarly, from the second one, assume A and B has some number in the table of 4. You will get the value of C. See what A plus B plus C is. Then combine both of them and see what the sum is going to be. In the table of what? Very good. It is going to be in the table of 35. Don't you think iska use karke अपन option select या eliminate कर सकते हैं? Luck अच्छा है, we will be able to select one option. If our luck is bad, we may not be able to eliminate all the options. We may be able to eliminate, let's say, half of them. आधा भी काफी होता है ना? If I am in a hurry, now I am going to do a guess mark. Rather than, randomly choosing one of the 4 options, it's better to choose one out of 2 options. Right? Good, good, good. Next question. Very easy. Which of the following could be a value of p such that these two equations 5x plus 8y is equal to 45 and 10x plus py is equal to 60 have a unique solution? Before you start solving those, look at the options and then decide what you should do. Should you use options? Should you solve it properly? Everyone, please don't forget to like. Okay, it gives us the motivation to, when we know that students are liking something, so it gives us a motivation to take more sessions. For a unique solution, if you have a1x plus b1y is equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y is equal to c2, what is the condition to have a unique solution? That a1 upon a2 should not be equal to b1 upon b2. That's it. c1 upon c2 में कोई relation नहीं होता, right? a1 upon a2 should not be equal to b1 upon b2. So if you put in the values, you will get 5 upon 10 should not be equal to 8 upon p. And from here, you will get your answer, which is going to be D. Very good. Good afternoon, Anita. Everyone has answered D? Right, you are correct. Pretty simple, right? But you do get such questions in even CAT. Okay. Next one. You have to find the value of k for which this equation has real roots. Before you solve, look at the options and then decide. Come on. It's not difficult. All the questions we are going to do, they are not difficult. They may be tricky, they may look lengthy, but they are not. So first of all, what we can do is, can we eliminate anything? No. 4 and 3, they are co-prime, so you can't take 4 outside or 3 outside. It won't work, right? But if you look at the options, then you can think in one way or the other, right? Suppose I take k is equal to 0. K is equal to 0 is where? K is equal to 0 is there in option A, option C, option D, है ना? K greater than -8, K less than equal to 8, 0 is allowed. K greater than equal to -8, 0 is allowed. K greater than -8, 0 is allowed. K less than equal to -8 and K greater than equal to 8 may 0 doesn't happen, right? So if I put K is equal to 0, what will happen? I will have 4x square plus 12 is equal to 0, or I will have x square plus 3 is equal to 0, right? K की value 0 करते के साथ this vanishes. Will x give you a real answer if K is 0? Yes or no? If k is 0, you get x square plus 3 is equal to 0. Will x be a real number? It won't be, right? So that means 0 is not an acceptable value for k. Since 0 is acceptable in A, B, A, C and D, alpha, Charlie and delta option, this can't be your answer. So your answer is B. So I randomly chose k is equal to 0. Two reasons why I chose it. First, if you take value of any variable as 0, that term vanishes. So you get a smaller equation or expression, right? The second thing is, if the k is equal to 0 was allowed in the option. Suppose had the options been k greater than 10 less than 100. So 0 to of course nahi aa sakta waise range mein, right? So I would have, if all the options were of similar type, then I would have chosen a value greater than 10, less than 100, somewhere in that range, right? So you can solve this question very quickly. The proper solution would have been, for real roots, your discriminant should be greater than equal to 0. So you will get b square minus 4ac greater than equal to 0. So you will get 3k ka whole square minus 4 into 12 greater than equal to 0. So you will get k square is greater than equal to, so you will have to solve this, right? लंबा हो जाएगा, है ना? Okay, fourth question. Varun's question is, sir, can we substitute the value from question? From the options you meant, Varun, right? Yes, that's exactly what we are going to do. Find the equation in which each root is 5 more than the roots of the equation. How do you deal with such kind of questions where the roots of a new quadratic or cubic or any higher degree polynomial will have roots in a certain format changed as compared to a given quadratic, cubic, biquadratic or higher degree polynomial? So how do you deal with such questions? Do you figure out the roots, then add or multiply whatever is asked, then put it back in a new equation, or do you have some simpler method for this? So suppose if the roots of this equation is alpha and beta, now you are asked to figure out an equation whose root is 5 more than the roots, right? So what you do is, you write x is equal to one of these two, alpha plus 5 or beta plus 5, koi bhi ek chalega. Then you write alpha in terms of x. Now what you have to do is replace x with x minus 5. यानी कि इसमें instead of x put x minus 5 and you will get your answer. So this will give you 5x square, and this is going to be minus 10x into 5 minus 50x. Is it going to be minus 50x? X square minus 10x. Is it minus 50x? It should be minus 50x, no? Minus 50x minus 17x is minus 67x. And 25 into 5 is 75. 75 plus 85. Okay, why am I not getting the answer? What mistake did I do? Find the equation in which each root is 5 more than the roots of the equation. Why is it 38x? Why is it not 67? Sometimes even we make mistakes. It should be 50 and 67x only, right? And 125 plus 85, not 75, sorry, 125 plus 85, 210 minus 12. So where am I making the mistake? No, it should be x minus 5. Okay, let's do one thing. What is the sum of the roots here? 17 by 5, right? So if now the roots are 5 more, so can I say we need to add 10 to it? Because agar left hand side mein you have added 5, you are supposed to add 5 to the left hand side. So this is going to give you 67 by 5. See? It has to be 67 by 5. So it should be it should be x square minus sum of the roots, which is 67 upon 5 into x plus product of the roots. Now product of the roots baad mein dekhte hain. But we need to have 5x square minus 67x for sure, no? Right? So the previous method was correct. I think there is some error. So let's do the same method. So what we do in such questions is, you are given that if the roots are alpha and beta and you want a new equation where roots are alpha plus 5 and beta plus 5, as in every root is 5 more than that. So what you do is you write x is equal to alpha plus 5 first step. Then you write alpha in terms of x, which is going to be x minus 5, and now you're going to replace x with x minus 5 in the original equation, right? So we just verified that what we were doing was correct. Sheikh, if you are going to skip such questions, तो करोगे कौन से? 4 questions करके तो आने नहीं है अपने को, है ना? So this is going to give you 5x square minus 50 minus 17 minus 67x, and then this is 125 plus 85, which is 210 minus 12, which is going to give us 198 is equal to 0. So this is the right answer. Idhar kuch to typo ho gaya. Got it? Question number 5. In a class, 36 upon 5 times the square root of the total number of students were selected for a maths quiz, whereas the remaining 20 students were selected for science. Find the number of students selected for the maths quiz. I'll give you guys 2 minutes. Try this. I don't know why you said C and D out, Vicky. Come on, this is very easy. Okay, 2 minutes up. 36 by 5 times the square root of total number of students are students selected for maths quiz, and then there are remaining 28 students. So can I say total number of students will be equal to math students plus 28? Idhar mein koi doubt? These two equations. Right? Any doubt in these two? Yes or no? Number of students who were selected for maths quiz is 36 by 5 times of square root of t, and m plus 28 is equal to t. As in maths mein jitne students hain and the students who were not selected, which are 28, that is equal to total number of students. Any doubt? Quick. So looking at the first equation, can we say t should be a perfect square? It should be 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64 and so on. Right? So if I take math students, as in not math students, students who are selected for maths quiz, if I take this as 64, so 64 plus 28 is total students. Is this going to be a perfect square? 64 plus 28? Yes or no? No. 64 plus 28 is 82. 82 is not a perfect square. 81 is. Okay, so A can't be your answer. 36 plus 28 should be equal to t. So 36 plus 28 should be a perfect square. Is 36 plus 28 a perfect square? Well, 36 plus 28 is 64. It is a perfect square. So B can be our answer. Jab tak pura check nahi karenge, we can't confirm it. 54 plus 28 is equal to t. Is it equal to perfect square? So this is 82 again. 82 is not a perfect square. 84 plus 28 is equal to t. It should be a perfect square. 84 plus 28 is 112. Not a perfect square. So we have the answer as B. Kyun solve kar rahe itna? Why are you going to solve the equations? Tell me. If you can write down the equations, why are you going to solve it when you have options where you already are given the values? Right? You are given the values over there. Why don't you use it? Solve kyun karna hai? What is that, stubbornness that if I get equations, I have to solve it. If I have a problem in my hand, I have to solve it by the conventional method. Why? मेरे को आंसर चाहिए. By hook or crook, by using options, by randomly throwing in the values, by looking at the equations and saying, अच्छा 3 का table का होना चाहिए, 4 का table का होना चाहिए. Why can't I use all of that? At the end of the day, all that matters is how many questions I were able to solve correctly, right? Method, approach is not our concern. Okay. 64 plus 28 is 92. Okay, fine, sorry, 92. But 92 is not a perfect square anyways, right? Varun, 92 is not a perfect square. 81, after 81, the next perfect square is 100. Okay, next question. How many pairs of A greater than 0 and B lying between 0 and 100 are possible such that 3A plus 4B is equal to 103, where A and B are integers? Vicky, you can assume it to be anything. You can assume it to be k square, 25k square, 9k square. It doesn't matter what you assume. You will get the value of k accordingly and you will get your answer. So, it doesn't matter. But, kyun karna? Why? Why to solve? That's my question. Why so much affinity towards solving questions? Suraj says 8. Vicky says 8. So there are two ways to solve such questions, okay? The first is A has to be greater than 0, as in A has to be a whole number, and B has to lie between 0 and 100. मेरे को आप ये बताओ, can B be equal to 99 even? नहीं. The moment B is more than 25, A becomes negative. So B anyways cannot be more than 25. तो इधर तो ऐवे ही लिखा हुआ है, right? So the two approaches are, you figure out the, one of the values of A and B that will solve it, right? So if you take B as 1, this one will become 103 minus 4, which will give you 99, and 99 is equal to 3A, so A will become 33. 33 comma 1 is first set of values for A and B that will solve it. Next, what happens is, every variable changes by the coefficient of its partner's variable. Yani ki A is going to change by 4, B is going to change by 3. A is going to change by 4, so let's subtract 4 here now. So if we subtract 4, you will have 29. Again subtract 4, you will have 25. Again subtract 4, you will have 21. You will subtract 4 and you will have 17. Subtract 4. And you will have 13, right? Subtract 4, you will have 9, then 5, and then 1. And what will be the corresponding values of B? For that, you will have to change B by 3. Okay, so this one will become 4, this one will become 7, and then 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, and 25. Like I said, B cannot be more than 25. So all now we have to do is count how many solutions we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 aaya. So this is one method. The second method, which is like almost every time true, is what you do is you take 103 and divide it by the product of the coefficients. Now 103 divided by 3 into 4, which is 12. Right? Is it more than 108 by 12 is 9, no? So this is 8 point. So is it more than 8.5 or is it less than 8.5? 103 by 12. Ye batao. 103 by 12, is it more than 8.5? Is it less than 8.5? Is it 8.5 plus 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, or is it like 8.48, 4.9, 4.7, aisa kuch hai? Is it more, is it less than 8.5? It's more than 8.5. It's going to be 8.58333, right? So this is more than 8.5, so isko round off kar lo aap. If you're going to round it off, you will get 9. Any value more than 8.5 is 9 only, no? Rounding off. So you get 9 answers. So this is a shortcut which is applicable to almost like 99% of such questions. It's not always true, but if you are in a hurry and if you really want to solve, you can take that bait, right? Okay, the next one. I believe you guys must have solved such questions known as Diophantine equations in your algebra or maybe in number system. These questions have to do with factors. Suraj, there are 4 types of cases. It is true in one of those 4 cases. For the other 3, you have got different rules, different shortcuts. So how many values of x and y, where x is a positive integral value, right? Integer given hai, and y is going to be a negative integral value, such that when you put it in that given equation, it's going to be true. No? So what you do is you take the LCM, entire LCM, and write down an equation. So you are going to cross multiply. So 7 will get multiplied throughout on the left hand side, and x will get multiplied on the right hand side, y gets multiplied on the right hand side, x gets multiplied with 5, y gets multiplied with 2, है ना? So we can have 2y plus 5x upon xy is equal to 1 by 7, एक intermediate step. The second step will become 14y plus 35x is equal to xy. Then the next step is bring the entire 14y and 35x on one side so that you get xy minus 14y minus 35x is equal to 0. Now you have to factorize this. इसको ना bracket into bracket लिखने का left hand side. So what you do is, since there are two variables, you take two brackets. X and y, they are together, so write them in different brackets. अलग अलग लिख लो उसको. Because when you open the bracket, x and y will come together, right? X will get multiplied with y. Then you have minus 14y. Now y is getting multiplied with minus 14 here. But y will get multiplied with minus 14 only when minus 14 is in the bracket where x lies. Because in a bracket, whatever exists, they don't combine, they don't come together. So when you have got brackets, the things written in one bracket gets combined with the things written in the second bracket. When I'm saying combined, I'm talking about multiplication. Multiply होता है तब तो a into b becomes ab, combine, एक साथ हो जाता है, right? Similarly, x is getting multiplied with minus 35 here. So x gets multiplied with minus 35, मतलब minus 35 is not in the same bracket where x lies. It is in the other bracket. So put minus 35 over here. Now if you open the bracket, what you are going to see is x into y will give you xy. Minus 14 into y will give you minus 14y. Minus 35 into x will give you minus 35x. And minus 14 into minus 35 will also be a number on the left hand side abhi. So can we say that minus 14 into minus 35 I should write on the right hand side also, which is nothing but 14 into 35. So my question changes to x minus 14 into y minus 35 is equal to, I'm going to break it down. 14 को 2 into 7 लिख सकते हैं, 35 को 5 into 7. So I'm going to write 2 into 5 into 7 into 7. So kind of I have prime factorized it, but instead of writing 7 square, I have only written 7 into 7. So this is what we have so far. So whenever you have an equation in defined time, you go slowly and your target is to reach here. Some bracket into some bracket is equal to a number. Now this question may look like a question on algebra, but it's actually a question on numbers. What number into what number will result in a given number? Can I say these two numbers, they need to be factors of 2 into 5 into 7 into 7. 2 into 5 into 7 into 7 कितना होता है? 490. 7 into 7 is 49. 2 into 5 is 10. 49 into 10 is 490, right? So these two have to be factors of 490. Please understand, x is not a factor of 490. X is some number minus 14. That bracket is going to be a factor of 490, and same is true for y minus 35. Now, what are the answers that I need to have so that the given condition is true? So y negative कब होगा? Can I say y is going to be negative? Then y minus 35 will be more negative. For example, suppose y is equal to minus 1. If y is minus 1 into minus 35 will give us minus 36. So अगर मेरे को इधर को negative आ रहा है तो इधर भी negative चाहिए. Because negative into negative will only give us a positive value, no? This is plus 490 on the other side. So, can I write 490 as minus 1 into minus 490? This is 490. Can I write this as -2 into 490 का half हो जाएगा -245. This is equal to 490. Then I can write -5 into -98 is equal to 490. I can write -7 into -70 is equal to 490. Right? So what I am doing, I have taken 1, then I have taken 2, I have taken 5, I have taken 7. 7 के बाद अब क्या ले सकते हैं अपन? 2 into 5, 10. So -10 into -49 is 490. Right? And after that, what I can take is 7 into 2, 14 ले सकते हैं. So -14 into 35 is equal to 490, and so on and so forth. ये सारे हो सकते हैं. Now out of all of these, suppose if I look at the first one, -1 के लिए what should be x? What should I put for x so that you get -1 from that entire bracket? 13. 13 minus 14 is -1. And what shall I put instead of y so that y minus 35 is -490? Y minus 35 is -490, so y should be equal to -455. So x is positive, y is negative. So this one will give you the answer, the next one will give you the answer, the next one will give you the answer. So जब तक ये 35 के ऊपर रहेगा तब तक आंसर मिलेगा आपको. Because y minus 35 is -35. Y minus 35 is equal to -35. That will only happen when y is 0. But y 0 allowed है नहीं ना. After that, the value of y will become positive. So there are 5 different values of x and y, or 5 pairs of solutions which will solve this. Now this is a question which I doubt you will have in MHCET, which Suraj asked before. But this is a question which can very easily come in any other exam, specifically CAT, IFT, ZAT and all those. Okay. So if you have not done a similar question before, please practice more. Okay. Next one. Find the sum of all integral values of x that satisfy this. This is simple. Of course, you don't have to count. You have to find all the roots and then add them. So, doable. Everyone, please do like. Please click on the like button. Thank you. Find the sum of all integral values of x. Again, you have to figure out only integer values which satisfy the equation mod of x square plus 3x plus 8 is less than 12. No one so far. Okay, the first step is, look at this quadratic x square plus 3x plus 8, right? This is a quadratic polynomial that is given to us. There are two ways to look at this. First is if I calculate the discriminant, which is going to be b square minus 4ac, which is negative. So when discriminant is negative for a quadratic, what does it mean? Of course, it means that it has imaginary roots. But it also means a very, very important thing. It means that the given quadratic will always be positive, doesn't matter what x you put. अब इसका मतलब क्या है? It means आप इसकी वैल्यू -1 नहीं बना सकते. Impossible. You can't make it equal to -1. ट्राई करके देख लो. You can't make it -10. You can't make it -100. You can't make it equal to -0.1. The value of this entire expression cannot be ever negative. That's what imaginary roots mean, or that's what discriminant less than 0 mean. Okay. ये मतलब होता है. There is another way to understand the same thing. The other way is, if I try to make a perfect square, x square plus 3x plus 9 by 4 plus 8 minus 9 by 4. So what I have done is, I've broken down 8 into two parts, 9 by 4 and 8 minus 9 by 4. Add karo 9 by 4 and 8 minus 9 by 4. 9 by 4 minus 9 by 4, cancel out 8, right? So that the first bracket becomes x plus 3 by 2 ka whole square, and this one will give you 8 minus 9 by 4. 9 by 4 kya hota hai? 8 se kam hi to hota hai. So this is going to be 32 minus 9, which is going to give us 23 by 4. So looking at this, we say that a square plus 23 by 4 can never be negative. Think about it. Ek number lo, any number, square it. Now add 23 by 4. 23 by 4 ka matlab approximately 6. Add approximately 6 to it. Can it be equal to negative value? Can it be -1, -2, -3, -0.1, -1 by 100? कोई भी minus नहीं हो सकता. Because when you take a number and if you square it, it is already not negative. फिर उस पे हम +6 कर रहे हैं. That is further not negative. So given quadratic polynomial, whether it will be always positive or always non-negative, दो तरीके होते हैं. Either discriminant is negative or you make the perfect square. ठीक है? So what now happens is, when you open a mod, what happens? जैसे कि if you are given mod x is equal to 5, and when you open the mod, what happens? Mod आप हटाते हो, you write plus minus before it, and then you solve two equations. One is plus x is equal to 5, the other is minus x is equal to 5. यही करते हो ना, plus minus दोनों लगाते हो, right? When I'm going to open this mod, what will happen is, I cannot write plus minus before it. I can only write plus before it. Can anybody tell me why? जब मैंने इस क्वेश्चन का मॉड हटाया तो I can only write plus, माइनस नहीं लिख पा रहे. Normally you write plus minus both. Anyone? Why can't we write minus here? Plus minus क्यों नहीं लिखा मैंने इधर? Quick. Waiting for someone to answer. Why haven't I put minus before that quadratic polynomial when we remove the mod? The reason is we did not put a minus over here क्योंकि negative हो ही नहीं सकता. It can't be negative. अभी अभी देखा ना, it is always non-negative. Here precisely it's always positive. तो positive है, you will only take positive. So this becomes x square plus 3x minus 4 is less than 0. And this gives you x plus 4 into x minus 1 is less than 0. So whenever you have less than 0, what is the solution set? X belongs from -4 to 1. Now -4 से 1 के बीच में how many integral values exist? -3 आता है, -2 आता है, -1 आता है, and 0 comes in. So the question is, what is the sum of all of this? So if you add this, you will get -6 as the answer. Right, Suraj. X can't hold negative. Not X can't hold negative values, but the entire quadratic can't hold negative values. X ko to you can take -5. Put karo. But the overall value can't be -5. Difference. Okay. Okay, next one, 9th. Very easy. You have to find the range of integral values of x that is going to satisfy this given inequality. You have got sum of 3 mods in x should be less than 10. Come on, it's very simple. ऑप्शंस यूज करना है, हर एक में ऑप्शन. These are not the values, these are range of values. So open bracket and close bracket, as in parenthesis and square bracket. I hope you guys are aware of what they mean in algebra, right? Very good, Vicky. So if you look at the options, this is 1, this is 0, this is more than 0, this is more than 0. So between this, I will pick 0. If I'm going to put 0, is this true? Will the answer be true? -1 ka mod is 1, -3 ka mod is 3, -5 ka mod is 5 is less than 10. ऐसा सच है क्या? ऐसा होता है? That 8 is less than 10. Yes, of course, 8 is less than 10. We know that, right? We don't have to prove it कि 8 is less than 10. So since 8 is less than 10, so can I say x is equal to 0 should be a valid value for x for this solution? As in that option which contains x should be the answer, and the ones that don't contain 0, x as 0 shouldn't be the answer. 0 किसी में नहीं आता है. It doesn't exist in alpha, bravo and delta. ABD option में है ही नहीं. C is your answer. Suppose there was one more option that was like 0 to 5 or something like that. Then I will choose the extreme values. Between 5 and 6, I will choose 6 because that's the extreme value. Extreme वाला ना, because the other conditions are within it. तो अंदर वाले values तो सबके लिए true हैं. For example, should I check 2? नहीं, 2 exists in all. 2 will definitely give me the answer. So why to waste time checking for the values that will definitely give me the answer? है ना? So C is your answer. This one, very easy. Please. I want everybody to answer this. Come on. Only one person has answered so far. Others, quick. Everyone who has answered so far, you guys are correct. Few more people. Nahi Milind. X square minus 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. That gives you x minus 3 whole square is equal to 0. That gives you x is equal to 3, 3. Or x is 3. X की जगह 3 रखने का. 3 minus 2 is 1, 1 ka power 6 is 1, plus 1 by 1 is 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2. Got it, Milind? Next one. Find the number of common terms in these two series. So questions like these, they also have very standard approach. So there are like 1, 2, 3 steps involved, and the fourth one will give you the answer. 3 steps as in not calculation. 3 steps mean logical, common sense steps, and the fourth step itself will give you the answer. And if you practice a lot, it might take you hardly 30 seconds after you are done reading the question to solve the answer. I mean, to get to the answer. Let's see how many of you can solve this. Vicky has answered so far. Sheikh has also answered. Ugra Gamer has also answered. Milind has answered. Diluted Gaming. Most of you guys have a YouTube channel or an account in the name of some gaming or the other. So sorry to hear about the ban. Amrit has answered. Okay, so the approach is this. First step is, which out of these two series is going to get over quickly? Going to get over quickly matlab last term jo hoga for both these series, the last term is going to be smaller for which out of these two? That is my first step. So if you look at the first series, it increases by 3 every time, right? This is an arithmetic series that increases by 3. So agar 3, 3, 3 karke jump karoge, if you're going to jump by 3, 3 jumps, you are a frog, you are at a place, 3 ka jump mara, 3 ka jump mara. So if you do it 20 times, approximately where would you lie? 60-ish के आसपास होगा last number, है ना? ठीक है. If you look at the second series, it jumps by 4 every time. Again, you are a frog. You are jumping by 4 inches, 4 centimeters, 4 feet, whatever that is. And if you jump 30 times, approximately where would your last value be? 4 into 30, it's going to be 120-ish के आसपास होगा. You don't need the exact value. You only need कि last वाला value करीब किधर है. They are very far. So can I say the series 1 ends earlier than series 2? Bilkul. Second step is find the first common term. ठीक है? So first common term you will find is 11, no? So 11 is the common term. So find the first common term. ये आपका second step हो जाता है. If you don't see any first common term, so write down more terms for both the series and then see कि common term कौन सा है. So here it is 11. Third, this is a jump of 4 for the second series ना. तो ये ध्यान रखना, second series में if the jump or the common difference as you call it is 4, तो you are going to take 4 terms of first series. First series के 4 terms ले लो आप. आपने जब 4 terms लिए, do you see any common? Yes. That means in the first series, every 4th number is going to be common. पहले सीरीज में every 4th number is going to be common. विश्वास नहीं होता है, write down this series and check it out yourself. So if every fourth number is common and there are 20 terms, so how many terms will be common? Can I say 1 out of 4 common है, तो 20 में 1 by 4 of 20 common होगा, which is going to be 5 terms that are going to be common. Suppose second series का common difference was that of 6. तो आप पहले सीरीज के 6 टर्म्स लिखते और बोलते कि 6 में एक कॉमन है. Suppose if the common difference of the second series was 7, then you would have taken 7 terms of first series and see how many terms were common. एक term common है, 2 term common है, so you will write that fraction and multiply it with the total number of terms of the first series, क्योंकि first series में ही, first series ends first, no? So obviously common terms तो फिर first series में ही आ रहा होगा. Second series के numbers तो 60 से above भी हैं. First series ends at 60 के ish. तो अगर वो 60 पे खत्म हो रहा है, आगे वाले नंबर 60 से ज्यादा हैं, तो कॉमन तो नहीं मिलेंगे. सो सेकेंड सीरीज इज नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट. द ओनली प्लेस सेकेंड सीरीज इज इंपॉर्टेंट इज द कॉमन डिफरेंस ऑफ द सेकेंड सीरीज इज व्हाट शुड बी हियर एंड द ग्रुप दैट यू आर गोइंग टू फॉर्म. एंड दिस इज ऑलवेज ट्रू. राइट Vicky, that's what exactly what can say that limiting, not limiting factor, we can say the limiting series is the first series. Okay, the last one for today. So a ball is dropped from a height of 150 meters. The ball bounced back such that it always covered 4/5 of the previous distance. Find the total distance covered by the ball before it comes to rest. Application of a particular type of series. Come on, people who are watching and who have not hit the like button yet, please do. Sheikh has given the answer. Okay. Diluted Gaming has given the answer. Vicky has given the answer. What about others? It's a geometric progression, no? Infinite GP. So the first time the ball drops on the ground, what distance does it cover? It covers 150 meters. Then it goes back, bounces back, and then it comes back. So what distance is it going to cover? ऊपर वापस जाते वक्त 4/5 of the previous value, which is 4/5 of 150, and then it will come back the same distance, right? Whatever distance is going to jump up, same distance it has to come back to the ground, right? So this one will become double. What about the next one now? Next one, again it is going to jump 4/5 of the last distance covered. So last distance was the one that we have just written, right? तो अब इसका 4/5 हो जाएगा. And the same distance it has to come back, so that into 2 is not going anywhere. And this will continue. So this is an infinite GP where the first term is 150. And the multiplier, which is the common ratio, is 4/5. But here is a problem. You have 150 into 2 here, you have 150 into 2 here, but you have only 150 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 150 and I'm going to subtract 150. Because when I do this, the entire series will look like 2 times 150 plus 4/5 of 150. So Sheikh as well as diluted and Milen, you guys will now know where did you make the mistake. And we do have a minus 150 last wala. So I have clubbed these together. Because there was only 150, so I added a 150 so that I have 2 times 150 because I had everything else 2 times. एक add करा तो एक subtract भी करना जरूरी है. So how do you calculate sum of infinite terms of a geometric series? It's a upon 1 minus r, है ना? So what is a over here? A is going to be 150. And what is r over here? 4 by 5. Don't forget to subtract 150 later on. If you solve this, this is going to be 2 into 150 into 5 divided by 5 minus 4, which is 1, and minus 150. 5 into 2 is 10. 10 into 150 is 1500 minus 150. The only option nobody answered, one person answered, that person also retracted his answer. Don't know why. So 1350. So people who answered 1200, you guys forgot to include the first 150. People who answered 1500, you guys forgot to get rid of one extra 150. क्योंकि पहली बार जब drop होगा, there is only one way movement that is going to happen. But for after that, every bounce you will have both ways. Right? Okay. So tomorrow at 7 p.m. we are going to have the next 100-day strategy. We are also going to revise CAT 2021 question paper, which is important. And also you are going to have a schedule given to you as to by which date or by which week of the coming months you should be able to cover which part of the syllabus, how many mocks you should be able to finish. So please don't forget to attend this session tomorrow, which is at 7 p.m. Okay, it will be live on YouTube. And people who are targeting CAT this year can still join our comprehensive program. Okay, so you get more than 135 live sessions by people who have scored more than 99 percentile in their respective sections. For example, I'm a 100 percentiler in Quant and LRDI, CAT 2021 itself, and I've always scored more than 99.9 in XAT, CAT, right? So people who have reached to that level will help you reach that level. Okay. So there are going to be more than 90 topics that are going to be covered in these 3 sections, and 300 plus you will have recorded sessions, which is a lot. Matlab, if you already have it and if you start watching it from today, CAT over hone tak bhi khatam nahi hoga. You will have a lot of full length mock tests. Okay, you will have almost 10,000 now practice questions. More than 1500 questions we solve in the classes, and we use both the methods. We use normal method as well as we use this shortcut, as in using the options. We solve questions non-engineer ways. Okay, you will be given books and there will be GDPI sessions, which are extremely important. People do not take that seriously generally, but GDPI is very important. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you everyone. Thank you Vicky. Thank you Sheikh. Thank you Diluted Gaming. And people who want to clear their doubts, please do follow us on our Telegram group. Definitely join it. It's BYJU'S MBA Doubts. Okay. And please don't forget to like it on Facebook and Insta for us. Thank you.